Throughout this course, we've explored the qualities of vigilant leaders and the tools and strategies they use to stay ahead in an ever-changing environment. But vigilance isn't just a set of skills. It's a mindset. It's about being proactive, curious, and adaptable. Now, as we wrap up this journey, it's time to bring it all together by crafting your own personal vigilance plan, a roadmap that will help you apply the principles of vigilant leadership in your daily life. This personal vigilance plan is a living document that evolves as you do. It will guide your leadership decisions, help you develop habits that foster foresight, and ensure that you stay ahead of potential risks and opportunities. But before you begin building your personal vigilance plan, take some time to reflect on your current practices as a leader. Ask yourself, how do I stay informed about changes in my industry? Am I consistently probing for weak signals or new trends? How well do I involve my team in spotting risks and opportunities? And what are the biggest blind spots in my leadership approach? This reflection will help you identify where you're already strong in vigilance and where there are opportunities to improve. It's important to understand your baseline so you can build a plan that addresses your specific needs and goals. Now, let's talk about them step by step. Step 1, define your vigilance objectives. Start by defining what vigilance means for you personally. Now, while many of the principles are universal, your specific objectives will depend on your role, industry, and leadership style. For example, are you focused on anticipating market changes and staying ahead of competitors? Do you need to improve how you identify internal risks and weaknesses? Is your goal to become more proactive in responding to emerging trends? And are you seeking to better involve your team in the process of vigilance? Be as specific as possible in outlining your objectives. This clarity will help you design a plan that aligns with your leadership priorities and the challenges you face in your industry. Now, step 2, develop your information gathering routine. Vigilance begins with information. So a key part for your plan will be building a routine that ensures you're continuously collecting and analyzing relevant data. This is not a one-time activity. It needs to become a habit. And here's how you can structure it. Set daily and weekly habits. Determine how much time you will dedicate to reading industry news, scanning reports, and analyzing data. For example, you might start your day by reading market updates, or you could schedule a weekly session to review key performance metrics and expand your resources. Commit to diversifying your sources of information. In addition to the usual industry reports or financial data, explore other areas that could impact your business: technological advancements, social trends, political developments, and even emerging consumer behaviors. And identify key indicators. Focus on a few critical indicators that matter most to your business, whether it's tracking customer satisfaction, monitoring competitor behavior, or keeping an eye on economic indicators. These are the signals that will help you stay ahead. And now let's move on to step 3. Schedule time for probing and reflection. Now, once you've established a routine for gathering information, build time into your schedule for probing deeper and reflecting on the insights you've gathered. Vigilant leaders don't just accumulate data. They ask questions, connect the dots, and think critically about what's happening beneath the surface. And here's how you can incorporate probing into your routine. It could be a weekly reflection. Set aside time each week to review the signals you've noticed. Are there patterns emerging? Are there weak signals that need further investigation? And ask the critical questions. Develop a set of probing questions you'll ask yourself regularly. For example, what assumptions am I making about this trend? What's driving this change? What am I missing here? And don't forget about the deep dives. Occasionally, take a deeper dive into one area of interest. Whether it's a competitor's strategy, a new technology, or an emerging market trend. This will help you build a more nuanced understanding of potential risks or opportunities. And then we have step 4, engage your team in vigilance. As we discussed in previous lessons, collective vigilance is far more powerful than going it alone. Your personal vigilance plan should include steps for involving your team in the process. Create a system for sharing insights. Establish regular meetings or channels where your team can share what they're seeing. This could be a weekly leadership huddle where team members bring insights from their areas of expertise, or it could involve a digital platform where everyone can contribute observations in real time. And encourage probing across the team. Foster a culture where everyone, not just the leadership team, is encouraged to ask questions, spot risks, and bring forward new ideas. The more perspectives you have, the better your team will be at spotting weak signals early. And assign watch areas. Designate leaders to focus on specific areas, such as monitoring industry trends, customer behavior, or internal performance metrics. This spreads the responsibility for vigilance across the organization and ensures that no one person is responsible for scanning the horizon alone. And then we have step 5, build agility into your decision-making process. Your personal vigilance plan isn't just about spotting signals, it's about responding effectively. One of the key traits of a vigilant leader is the ability to act quickly and confidently when a signal requires action. To build agility into your decision-making process, consider the following. Pre-plan for scenarios. Identify a few key scenarios you're likely to face and outline a rough action plan for each. This ensures that when a signal materializes, you can move quickly. And empower fast decision-making. Set guidelines for when you'll act immediately versus when you'll wait for more information. Create clear decision-making frameworks so that you can make swift choices without being bogged down by bureaucracy. And stay flexible. The best leaders are ready to pivot as new signals arise. Ensure your plan allows for adjustments and continuous learning. Now, agility doesn't mean recklessness. It means knowing when to change course based on new data. And finally, step 6, regularly review and update your vigilance plan. Now, just as the business landscape is always changing, your personal vigilance plan should evolve over time. Schedule regular reviews, quarterly or biannually, where you assess the effectiveness of your plan and ask yourself, are my information gathering habits still relevant? Am I identifying the right signals and patterns? Have I been proactive in responding to emerging risks or opportunities? And how can I improve my leadership team's role in collective vigilance? These reviews will help you fine-tune your plan, ensuring that it remains aligned with your objectives and responsive to the changing environment. And now let's talk about a real-world example about Jeff Bezos and Amazon's vigilance. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, is often cited as a leader who exemplifies personal vigilance. From the early days of Amazon, Bezos maintained a relentless focus on customer satisfaction, continuously probing the market for new opportunities and weaknesses in competitors' strategies. Amazon's ability to move into new industries like cloud computing, entertainment, and logistics was driven by Bezos' foresight and constant questioning of what was next. He encouraged his leadership team to think several steps ahead, making Amazon one of the most adaptable and innovative companies in the world. And we can learn from that Bezos' personal vigilance wasn't just about spotting trends. It was about fostering a culture of curiosity and action. By constantly probing, learning, and evolving, he led Amazon to become a market leader in multiple industries. So, vigilance isn't just a skill. It's a way of thinking and leading. By crafting your personal vigilance plan, you're setting yourself up for long-term success in a world that's constantly changing. This plan will guide you as you navigate future challenges, anticipate emerging risks, and seize new opportunities. As you move forward, remember that vigilance is an ongoing process. Stay curious, keep probing, engage your team, and be ready to act when signals emerge. The most successful leaders are those who don't just react to change, they shape it. And now take the first step in your journey. Finalize your personal vigilance plan and commit to putting it into practice. This is your roadmap to become a more vigilant, proactive, and successful leader. The future is unpredictable, but with vigilance, you can be prepared for whatever comes next.